In a recent conversation with somebody close, the statement made was about the mountains. Oh, they're so much closer in the winter, which means it appears closer in the winter. And at that moment, just to respond, make conversation, I said, that's not a bad thing to be reminded about. And the next thing that came to my mind was this other reminder that I heard Mr. John Tavener say in a BBC interview. Sir John Tavener. I think of him sometimes. Now and then, what he said during that interview pops up as a reminder to me. He said, life is a creeping tragedy, and that's why one must always be cheerful. Cheerful. It's like one of those reminder items. You need to hear it now and then. John Tavener, no longer with us, died exactly 9 years ago. On this anniversary, I thought I'd share some thoughts on him. A great man, a saint in many respects. A gifted musician, he was ill for most of his life. There was this one time late in his life, he was in Switzerland in a nursing home, left for dead almost. And his wife had come to visit him from England, and she started to play Mozart. And John started to lift his hand, responding to the sound, as if to conduct, which was evidence to the doctors that he was not brain dead. He said one of the most powerful influences of his life, and he had not spoken about this earlier, was about this Protestant Presbyterian minister who was tortured by his faith in a very Bergman-esque way. He used to break out into sermons. He really was a Bergman-esque character, according to John, who told him life is a creeping tragedy and therefore one must always be cheerful. He goes on to say, I've only just now, at the end of my life, begun to understand what he meant. And so then you think, well, that's just not a reminder. Perhaps there's some wisdom in it. Scientists, astrophysicists, they're always reminding us about how 95% of the matter in our visible universe cannot be seen by us. They categorize it broadly as dark energy, dark matter, these two buckets, which is 95% of the matter in the universe. So when a wise old man like John talks about the mystic, I would put it to some consideration. Here's some of his experimental late music, which he calls channeling the divine, and some thoughts on religion, faith, in his own words.
Are equally true. It must be that. Otherwise, they're all equally false. That's another perspective. But if Plato's argument that in the beginning God and heaven and earth were joined, and there was only one primal being, God, therefore, in logic, all religions must be equally true.
So you're no longer an Orthodox?
Yes, you have to be something, I think, in this life, because it's a fallen world. I mean, you can't be a Hindu and a Muslim and a Christian all at once. Then it becomes a kind of New Age kerfuffle. Well, I say I am still an Orthodox, and I have to live by the disciplines of the Orthodox Church. Religions, I would say, have reached old age, and therefore, because they've reached old age, the aspects of senility and decrepitude start to emerge.
So what happens to them? They die?
No, I think. I'm speaking a bit above my depth at the moment, but the Hindus say that we're at the end of a period called the Kali Yuga, where they forecast that this would happen, that there would be a kind of dissolution of all religions, and then there would be a mighty resurgence. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what the Hindu doctrine is. I honestly believe that it's impossible to fall out of the transcendent, and however much noise atheists can make, I don't feel they totally fall out of the transcendent. And I listen to atheists, however intelligent and brilliant they are, they don't convince me. No atheist writer does. And don't inspire me either. So there must be something wrong.